Have you ever wondered if something as ordinary as taking a shower could put your life in danger? For many seniors, what seems like a harmless daily habit may hold risks no one talks about. Could the timing of your shower truly make the difference between safety and tragedy? Imagine this, an everyday routine, stepping into warm water, suddenly turning into a silent threat. Seniors over 70 are especially vulnerable, and the danger hides in the very hours you least expect. What if the simple act of washing away the day's fatigue could quietly steal your strength instead? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll uncover the shocking truth about when showering becomes most dangerous, and more importantly, how a few small changes can protect your life. This knowledge may very well mean the difference between peace of mind and a devastating mistake. Before we dive deeper, I'd truly appreciate your support. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss important health lessons. Leave a comment. Press number 1 if you find this valuable, or 0 if you think I can make it better for you. Now let's begin with number 1, the fatal time window for senior showers. Research from Harvard Medical School has revealed a startling fact. Seniors who shower during the early morning hours, especially between 4 o'clock a.m. and 8 o'clock a.m., face an 80% higher risk of fatal accidents. But why does this simple routine become so dangerous at this time? The answer lies in your body's natural rhythms, which work against you during these hours. Medical experts have long noted that blood pressure regulation is at its most unstable in the early morning. While we sleep, blood pressure dips, only to rise sharply upon waking, a phenomenon called the morning surge. This rapid swing creates a dangerous window when the cardiovascular system is under significant stress. Now, think about what happens during a shower. Changes in posture, exposure to warm water, and even mild exertion can all worsen this instability. For seniors, this combination sharply increases the risk of fainting, falling, or even life-threatening events like heart attacks or strokes. Dr. Richard Thompson, a leading researcher in geriatric cardiovascular health at Harvard, calls this a perfect storm of vulnerabilities. He explains that between 4 o'clock a.m. and 8 o'clock a.m., seniors face the greatest danger. The surge in blood pressure, coupled with reduced balance and the physical demands of showering, creates a scenario that is not just inconvenient. It can be deadly. Take the story of Doris Williams, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Philadelphia. A devoted early riser, she cherished her 6 o'clock a.m. shower as the start of her day. But one morning, while washing her hair, she was struck by sudden dizziness. Unable to steady herself, she slipped and fractured her hip. The injury required surgery, weeks in the hospital, and months of rehabilitation that forever changed her independence. Doctors later explained that the timing of her shower was critical. Her unstable morning blood pressure likely triggered the dizziness that led to her devastating fall. So, what can you do to protect yourself? The answer is simple, yet urgent. Reschedule your shower to mid-morning, ideally between 10 a.m. and noon. By then, your blood pressure and balance have stabilized, and your alertness is at its peak, greatly lowering the risk of dangerous accidents. Don't delay making this change. Write down your new shower time on a sticky note and place it on your bathroom mirror as a daily reminder. Better yet, share your plan with a family member or friend to keep yourself accountable. After all, isn't your health and independence worth this small adjustment? For those over 70, this isn't just advice. It's a vital step in preventing life-altering tragedies. Another critical factor is body temperature regulation. Have you ever felt suddenly lightheaded in a hot shower, or noticed that warm water affects you more than it once did? Aging brings subtle but significant changes to how the body regulates heat, and this can turn a simple shower into a serious health risk, especially during the early morning hours. Research published in the American Journal of Geriatric Medicine shows that seniors over 70 experience a marked decline in temperature regulation. leaving them especially vulnerable to the effects of hot water during the body's natural low point in the early morning. Amanda Chen, a leading expert in geriatric thermophysiology, explains why this risk is so dangerous. As we age, our bodies lose the ability to adapt quickly to sudden temperature changes. This becomes especially critical in the early morning, when core body temperature is naturally at its lowest point in the circadian rhythm. A hot shower at this time forces the body to manage a rapid heat load, putting significant stress on the cardiovascular system. For many seniors, this can trigger dizziness, fainting, or even serious cardiac events. The story of Albert Reynolds, an 83-year-old retired accountant from Ohio, highlights just how real this danger is. For years, Albert believed his early morning hot showers gave him energy. But one morning, as steam filled his bathroom, he felt sudden weakness and collapsed, barely avoiding a serious head injury. Paramedics later confirmed that the shock from hot water had triggered an arrhythmia, a dangerous heart rhythm disturbance. His cardiologist explained that the timing of the shower, combined with the extreme heat, had overloaded his cardiovascular system. The tragedy could have been prevented with simple precautions. To protect yourself, start with a few essential steps. Keep your water heater set to a safe range, ideally between 95 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius, to avoid excessive strain on the heart. A bath thermometer can help you check this easily. Next, install an anti-scald device. These small, affordable tools, often costing around $20, prevent sudden spikes in water temperature. A plumber, handyman, or even a capable family member can install one. And above all, avoid showering in the early morning hours, when your body is most vulnerable. The combination of low body temperature and hot water can be far more dangerous than many realize. By making these changes now, you can avoid a temperature-related crisis that might strike without warning. Number 7 is cognitive function and morning shower safety. While showering may appear to be a simple daily task, it actually requires strong cognitive skills. Spatial awareness, quick decision-making, and rapid reaction to hazards all come into play. Yet in the early morning hours, these abilities are often at their weakest. Research from Stanford University shows that cognitive performance in seniors reaches its lowest point between 4 o'clock a.m. and 8 o'clock a.m., with reaction time slowing by up to 30% and decision-making significantly impaired compared to later in the day. This natural dip, driven by circadian rhythms, creates a dangerous mismatch: the physical demands of showering versus the brain's reduced ability to respond effectively. The result? A higher chance of slips, burns, or sudden missteps. Dr. Jonathan Miller, a neurologist who studies how circadian rhythms affect brain function, explains that in the early morning, the brain's prefrontal cortex, the center for planning and problem-solving, is not fully alert, especially in adults over 65. Even something as small as noticing a wet spot on the floor, adjusting water temperature, or catching yourself after a stumble can be delayed. For seniors, this means showering at dawn is like navigating an obstacle course with a foggy mind. The tragic case of Franklin Wilson, a 79-year-old retired engineer from Chicago, makes this risk painfully clear. Franklin was known for his sharp mind during the day. He loved solving puzzles and debating with friends. But one morning at 6 o'clock a.m., he stepped into the shower and didn't notice the water had turned scalding hot due to a faulty valve. By the time his brain registered the pain, severe burns had already spread across his back and arms, forcing him into a 3-week hospital stay and painful skin grafts. Reflecting later, Franklin admitted, "If that had happened at noon, I would have sensed the heat instantly and turned the knob. But at that hour, my mind felt like it was stuck in quicksand. I just wasn't fully alert." His story shows how even the most capable seniors can be caught off guard by the cognitive sluggishness of early morning hours. To stay safe, it's crucial to align shower time with your brain's peak performance. Studies show that seniors think and react best between 10 o'clock a.m. and 2 o'clock p.m., the safest window for showering. If changing your routine isn't possible because of caregiving duties or personal habits, there are still practical ways to reduce the risks of morning brain fog. Before stepping into the bathroom, spend 5 to 10 minutes on a mental warm-up. Try a crossword puzzle, read a short article, or do light stretches to boost circulation and wake up your mind. In the shower itself, add simple safety features that lower the demands on your brain. Use non-slip mats to avoid falls, grab bars for stability, and install a thermostatic shower valve to keep the water temperature steady. Always double-check the water temperature before stepping in, and keep essentials like soap and towels within easy reach to avoid unnecessary distractions. For added safety, consider having a family member close by during your shower, offering an extra layer of reassurance. These small adjustments help bridge the gap between the brain's morning sluggishness and the physical demands of showering. Take a moment to reflect. Are you bathing when your mind is sharp enough to handle it? Or are you unknowingly taking a chance with your safety? Now that you know the hidden dangers of early morning showers for seniors over 70, what simple changes will you make? From avoiding that high-risk time window to staying mindful of hydration and medication schedules, these steps could save lives. I'd love to hear from you. What's one lesson you've learned today that you'll put into practice to protect yourself or a loved one? Share it in the comments below. And if this video has been helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more life-saving tips on healthy aging. Number 3. Medication timing and shower risk. If you take blood pressure medication, your morning shower may be far more dangerous than you think. Many seniors don't realize how the timing of their medication can dangerously interact with their shower routine, a hidden risk that cardiologists are increasingly warning against. According to experts at the Mayo Clinic, common blood pressure medications such as lisinopril, amlodipine, or metoprolol often reach peak effect in the early morning hours. When combined with the body's natural blood pressure fluctuations, this creates what doctors call a double drop effect during showering. Dr. Michael Ramirez, director of geriatric cardiology at Mayo, explains that most seniors take their blood pressure pills first thing in the morning, right after waking. These medications already lower blood pressure, but a shower, especially with warm water and postural changes, further intensifies the drop. This can reduce blood flow to the brain to dangerously low levels, leading to dizziness, fainting, or even collapse. And the bathroom, with its hard surfaces and confined space, is one of the most dangerous places for such an event to occur. Consider the case of Patricia Sullivan, a 76-year-old grandmother from Minnesota. She routinely took her lisinopril at 6:30 a.m., followed by her 7 o'clock a.m. shower. Over time, she began to feel dizzy, but brushed it off as a normal part of aging. One morning, she nearly collapsed while showering. Alarmed, she sought medical advice. Her doctor explained that the timing of her medication and her early shower were overlapping to create this risky situation. By making 2 small changes, taking her medication at least 3 hours before showering and shifting her routine to mid-morning, Patricia eliminated her dizzy spells and regained both safety and confidence. Here's your urgent action plan. Speak with your doctor about your medication schedule. Ask whether adjusting the timing could reduce the overlap with your shower routine. It's a simple step, but one that can prevent serious accidents and protect your independence. Ideally, showers should be taken at least 2 hours before or after your medication. And if you don't have a doctor's visit scheduled, don't wait. Just a quick phone call to the office can often provide the guidance you need. To stay consistent, create a simple medication chart that tracks when you take your pills and when you shower, ensuring there's always a safe gap between the two. Setting a daily alarm on your phone or clock can serve as an easy reminder. These small adjustments are not just minor tweaks in routine. They're proactive steps to prevent fainting spells or falls that could instantly change the course of your life. But the risks don't stop with medication. Hidden bathroom dangers can be amplified by the time of day. For seniors over 70, the bathroom, often considered a safe and familiar space, can become a minefield of hazards in the early morning hours. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that perceptual abilities in dim light decline by up to 60% in older adults, turning pre-dawn bathroom navigation into a serious threat. Combine that with slippery floors, wet towels, and confined spaces, and you have the perfect setup for accidents that injure countless seniors every year. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a geriatric ophthalmologist, explains that as we age, our eyes lose their ability to adapt to low light, and contrast sensitivity weakens significantly. In the early morning, when natural light is scarce and artificial lighting may be inadequate, detecting hazards like a wet floor or an uneven mat becomes far more difficult. The bathroom, already the most accident-prone room in any home, becomes even more dangerous during the early morning hours. The story of Gregory Harrison, an 81-year-old retired postal worker from Texas, shows just how devastating these hidden risks can be. At 5:30 a.m., Gregory entered his bathroom for his usual shower, unaware that a small puddle of water had collected on the tile floor overnight. In the dim light, he never saw the hazard. His foot slipped, and he fell hard to the ground, suffering a hip fracture that required surgery and months of rehabilitation. The injury permanently limited his mobility and left him dependent on a walker. Reflecting later, Gregory admitted, "If I had simply waited for daylight, I would have seen the water and avoided the fall that changed my life forever." To protect yourself from similar accidents, make your bathroom safer, especially if you use it in the early morning. Install motion-activated nightlights in the bathroom and along the hallway so you're never left fumbling in the dark. Place non-slip mats in bright, high-contrast colors like yellow or red so hazards are easier to spot. And add grab bars near the shower and toilet for extra stability. These small changes often cost less than $50, yet the safety they provide is truly invaluable. If you're not comfortable installing safety features yourself, ask a family member, friend, or professional for help. And don't delay. Aim to make these changes within the next 24 hours. Have you ever really looked at your bathroom through the lens of aging eyes? Most seniors don't, until a preventable accident forces them to face the reality of their changing needs. Another hidden danger is the deadly combination of morning dehydration and showering. After a full night's sleep, the body wakes up significantly dehydrated, and this state can raise the risk of falls by up to 70% for seniors. Research from Johns Hopkins University points to a condition called orthostatic hypotension, where blood pressure drops sharply when standing, causing dizziness and unsteadiness. Geriatric specialists warn that overnight fluid loss from breathing, sweating, and not drinking water primes the body for instability. Add to this the upright posture in the shower and warm water dilating blood vessels, and you've created the perfect storm. As Dr. William Parker from Johns Hopkins explains, seniors often wake up with fluid levels far lower than they realize. Standing in a hot shower can cause blood to pool in the legs, cutting circulation to the brain. This often triggers dizziness or even fainting, especially in the early morning when dehydration is at its worst. Take the case of Leonard Sullivan, a 77-year-old retiree who felt lightheaded every morning in the shower but completely fine later in the day. Puzzled, Leonard consulted his geriatrician, who pinpointed morning dehydration as the cause. With one simple change, drinking a full glass of water 15 minutes before showering, his symptoms vanished. It's astonishing how such a small adjustment solved what could have turned into a serious problem, he reflected. To protect yourself, make hydration part of your shower routine. Commit to drinking 12 to 16 ounces of water before stepping in, no matter the time of day. Keeping a water bottle in the bathroom can serve as a simple reminder. This minor habit could be the difference between a safe start to your morning and a devastating fall. So ask yourself, are you ready to adopt this simple life-saving practice? Thank you for your valuable time. Number 6 is emergency response time factors. A fall in the early morning shower is frightening enough, but what happens afterward can be even more dangerous. Research in emergency medicine shows a sobering fact. Seniors who fall between 4 o'clock a.m. and 8 o'clock a.m. are 40% less likely to be discovered in time for life-saving care compared to falls later in the day. Why is this? Early morning hours are often the quietest. Family members are asleep, neighbors aren't checking in, and caregivers aren't yet on duty. For a senior lying injured on a cold, wet bathroom floor, even a short delay can turn a manageable accident into a life-threatening crisis, with complications like hypothermia, shock, or internal bleeding setting in before help arrives. Dr. Emily Rodriguez, an emergency physician specializing in geriatric trauma, stresses the importance of the golden hour. This critical window after a serious fall often decides whether recovery is possible or if lasting damage, and even death, occurs. Sadly, many seniors who fall in the early morning remain undiscovered for hours, especially those who live alone or in households where others are still asleep. Hypothermia, the inability to reach a phone or alert device, and the absence of routine check-ins create a perfect storm of danger. Dr. Rodriguez explains that even in multi-person households, early morning falls are often missed because family members assume the senior is still asleep, delaying help until it's too late. The story of Beatrice Harper, a 73-year-old widow from Seattle, shows just how serious this can be. One chilly morning around 5 a.m., she slipped while stepping out of her shower, fracturing her hip and striking her head on the tile floor. Unable to move or call for help, she lay on the cold bathroom floor for nearly 4 hours before a neighbor, worried by unanswered calls, came to check on her. By the time paramedics arrived, Beatrice was already suffering from severe hypothermia and dehydration, complications that stretched her hospital stay and slowed her recovery. Her doctors later explained that if the fall had occurred at midday, when her daughter usually called or neighbors were active, her injuries could have been treated much sooner, sparing her the life-threatening complications. Deeply shaken, Beatrice changed her habits. She now showers only in mid-morning when her support network is awake and reachable, and she arranged daily check-in calls with her daughter and a neighbor. "I never realized how vulnerable I was at that hour," she admitted. "Now I take every precaution to make sure someone knows I'm okay." To prevent a similar tragedy, take proactive steps to strengthen your safety. Start by investing in a waterproof emergency call button designed for bathroom use. Install it within easy reach of your shower, ideally at a height accessible even if you fall to the floor. These devices, often affordable and widely available, can connect to a monitoring service or alert family members directly, giving you peace of mind that help is just one press away. If early morning showers are unavoidable, create a reliable check-in system. Arrange for a family member, friend, or neighbor to call or text you before and after your shower. A simple message like, "I'm about to shower," followed by, "All done," ensures someone is aware of your safety. For those living alone, consider joining a community program that offers daily wellness checks. And if possible, reschedule your showers for mid-morning or early afternoon, when household activity and social connections increase the chances of quick assistance if something goes wrong. These steps not only reduce risk, but also allow you to preserve independence with greater confidence. Ask yourself this: if you fell at 5 a.m. tomorrow, how long would it take for someone to find you? For many seniors, the answer is a sobering call to act now. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace always. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Healthy Aging Blueprint, for more life-saving insights.